This is like, I'm just sitting next to my dad on the couch, and he's wearing his like old Asian man costume, which is just a wife beater and tidy whities. He's just sitting there, arms folded, judging the TV like. He just makes random noises around the house. Now whenever he sneezes, it's never just a sneeze. It's like a whole tsunami of sound waves that comes after. It's just like, oh, chill, oh, hey, shit, oh. I'm like, what the f***, did I just have an orgasm? What was that? And he doesn't understand what I'm saying half the time. He's like, oh, there's an orgasm. Okay, the orgasm. And he tried to make me explain everything to him on TV. Do you understand how difficult it is to explain a rap music video to an old Chinese man? We're just sitting there, and my dad was like, oh, Jimmy, what I mean when he say Lamborghini Mercy, or what's that? And I'm like, Dad, he's bragging about his car. It's a Lamborghini Murcielago, very expensive car. You know what that is, right? And he's like, oh, okay, yes. That's when you know they have no idea what the f*** you just said. It's like, okay, yes, a Lamborghini, okay. Jimmy, what does he mean when he say, your chick, she's so thirsty, or what's that? And I was like, Dad, he's making fun of somebody's girlfriend, okay? Saying like she likes attention from other guys and she likes to do sex stuff with them. You know, like blowjobs and such. And he's like, oh, okay, yes. Blowjobs, okay. Jimmy, I'm thirsty too, okay? So I was like, oh, God, no. Got lost in translation. It's disgusting. I don't know if you guys know this, but I came from an acting family. But it's not really like Angelina Jolie and Jon Voight. I guess I'll be Angelina Jolie in that equation. My dad is also an actor, but he started acting after I did. Because he was like, it's so easy, you can do it, I can. Okay. I'm like, Dad, fine. If you think my life's so easy, why don't you go to some open call auditions and you understand how hard it is, how much rejection I face every day at my job. He was like, okay. And he went to all these auditions and he started booking everything. It's a true story. He got on this show in China, in mainland China, called Little Daddy, Xiao Baba. 500 million people watched that show. It's like the Big Bang Theory of China, and Richard blew up. And he was like, this isn't easy, I don't know.
My dad kicked me out. I don't know if you've ever been kicked out by your parents, but that's one of the first moments in life when you just realize what you don't have. You know, all I did have was an attitude. I'm in the room with my attitude, packing up all my video games and all my clothes in a suitcase. Then I hear a voice from the other room, don't touch my suitcase. Where I'm supposed to put my belongings. You know how depressing that is? You walking down the street with all your shit in a trash bag with a rip at the bottom. I'm looking inside every car, hoping I recognize someone that could change my life and save me. I'm like, is that Jonathan's mom from 7th grade? Maybe I could live with them. And it wasn't even that my dad kicked me out. It was how he did it. My dad kicked me out on Father's Day. Like it was a gift to himself or something. You know, my mother, I don't even get her, overly encouraging. 4 years ago, she quit her job, 0 savings. She said, Jesus is gonna pay her bills. I stand in front of you 4 years later. My mother has zero debt. She made me a believer because I found out that I'm Jesus. Mothers prepare you all different, you know? Like when I lived with my dad, he kicked me out. I don't feel like single moms kick you out like that. You know, I feel like a lot of times you just leave on your own one day because you just get tired of their mouth. One day you like, dang, ma, all you do is nag and complain, ma. All you do is tell me what to do. I'm leaving to find me a wife. See how she was preparing you? You didn't even know? Right? I got homeboys that don't date women with kids, which I don't understand, because it changed my life. I never thought I could have such a deep love for this child. Support check. Every other Thursday, me and Stepman wait outside by the mailbox. I got this new number I do with my hand for the mail lady. I go. She hands me the check. Because that's how Stepman and I bond. We buy stuff with the child support check, you know? It's not a lot of money, but we get to spend time together, you know? My close homeboys, they don't even know. They just know the stuff. They're like, dude, where you get them pants? I'll be like, my baby daddy. You need to get you one, Playboy. This could be you.
My parents are really nice. They're both college professors, and I don't know if you know college professors, but they're very educated. They have PhDs. They went to school a long time, worked really hard, some of the smartest people I've ever met, and they make about as much money as a Walmart employee. It's this weird irony, but they don't care. That's the funniest part about college professors. They're so smart, they're simple. Like my mom, I'll give you an example. My mom, so smart, she's simple. 6'1", purple sweatpants, doesn't give a you know? And I'll call her sometimes, freaking out. I'm like, Mom, have you seen the news? There's a war, the world's going crazy. She's just like, tend your garden. No one can take that from you. And I'm like, what? She's like, grow something and be proud of it. And she's right, all the problems just melt away when you just start weeding the rhubarb, you know, just get dirty. Sometimes I'll call her depressed. I'm like, Mom, I'm so depressed. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. She's like, have you been drinking water? I'm like, no. She's like, you're probably dehydrated. I'm like, what are you talking about? You don't understand. She goes, no, Owen, you don't understand. You need to drink at least 150 ounces of water a day. Do that and call me in a few days. So I do that. I just start pounding water. And then I call her. I'm like, Mom, the world's awesome. And I just peed. It was like a 3-minute mini orgasm. What's up with that? She's like, I know, right? My mom came out to visit me in LA. She loves LA too. And she just loves organic food. She loves it. She gets so excited. And we go to Target because I need to get more adult stuff, you know? Like dryer sheets. Because apparently the towels need more stuff. A little high maintenance, these towels. But we go there, I also need other stuff. So she goes up to some employee just randomly. She just goes, hi. And the guy looks at her like puzzled, just like, hi. Because he's not used to just being said hi to. Usually they're like, where, you know. And so she just starts talking, because this is her nature. She's just very friendly. She's like, my son, Owen, his light bulb burned out, and instead of getting another one, he's been moving one from lamp to lamp. And she thinks the dude's gonna like laugh with her, and he doesn't. He just like looks at her. He's not mad, he's just confused. Like, what do you want from me, lady? You want a new bulb, a new lamp, a new sun? I don't know what you need. And so finally he just goes, aisle 8, and walked away. And my mom's bulletproof. She's just chosen to be happy. So she's just like, what a nice young man. And I'm like, no, Mom, I'm gonna flick him in the throat. Stay right here, I'll be right back. There's consequences. He should have laughed at your funny joke. My dad's funny. He's a public speech professor, rhetoric, sings opera, a lot of colorful he had a stutter as a kid. He couldn't talk. He had so much anxiety with speech. It's almost like the Batman story. Like Batman was scared of bats, so he became a bat. Like my dad had such a fear of talking that he is now the most extroverted human being I've ever seen in my life, to the point of like ridiculous. Like he's flamboyant. He's a very fruity man. Like he'll go, I didn't understand it when I was young, you know. He'd go into like Walmart or something and just be like, out of nowhere, just, I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle. Here's the other handle. Oh my God, I'm a sugar bowl. And people would just start laughing. They'd be like, oh, John, you're terrible. He's like, I've been wondering why they haven't been putting tea in me. Like, I'm like, and I'm a little kid. I'm like, stop, shut up, Dad. He's like, I'm embarrassed. He's like, you're embarrassed. Ha! Like, you can't win with the dude, right? So I just learned how to deal with it. And then over time, I realized why he does it, because it opens doors. It's a very powerful thing to do, just to show everyone how much fun you're having. Opens doors. Like, I've seen him go into the DMV, right? It's the most depressing place in the world. It's like Mordor. It's just this horrible place. You know, just passive aggression to the max. And my dad, instead of saying, excuse me, he says, "Scusa moo." And I watch people's reaction. Like, he'd be like, "Scusa moo, if I was the line for my new driver's license, where would I be?" And the lady, like, it's like spring coming to her face. It's like her smile slowly starts, she's like, "Oh, John, you're terrible. You don't need to wait in line." He's like, "Oh," like, he just skipped the line. And I started figuring the dude out. I'm like, you just skipped the line with "Scusa moo." I'm like, that's genius. And people just love it. He's the one who showed me how, you know, divisions aren't really there. I remember one time we went into Burn Dairy in the middle of the winter, and it's snowing like crazy, and we go in to get a gallon of milk. And all these older ladies are talking about the weather. They're like, "It's coming tonight," you know? And one of them goes, "John, did you hear we might get 8 inches tonight?" And my dad goes, "Oh, Doris, don't you wish?" And they just exploded with laughter. These are women in their 80s, right? And I remember I was like, I don't know what that means, because I'm 5. But someday I'm gonna do that at Starbucks. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
My dad wasn't even afraid of dogs. We had to cut through this field one time, and this Rottweiler showed up with a head the size of a bowling ball, balls. I never got it. It was literally trying to get at us through the fence, like, no, 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 just foaming at the mouth. And I was like, oh my God, we'll just walk around, obviously. I start walking, and my father goes, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Well, I'm gonna walk around, of course, because there's a black lion here screaming, 'F you,' in dog." Well, my father goes, "No, we'll cut through. It's faster." I was like, I know, but again, we're not crows, and is what they use to guard the gates of hell, so we'll just go around. And my father, he couldn't get it. I knew he was gonna fight the dog. I knew, and I never I was like, I've never been more afraid. I was like, please don't fight the dog, please don't fight me. They bite so hard, I'll do anything, I'll carry you, anything. And my father gets in that dog's face, he just bends down right in the dog's face, and he goes like this, "I'll give you one chance." And he blew in that dog's face. Whatever his satanic energy, I don't know. That dog backed up and sat down sideways. I don't know what that means in dog. Obviously it means "ye may pass, O dark one." My dad opens the gate. The dog is right there. He goes, "Come on." Man, I stuck to him like a pilot fish on a shark. I was touching him. Walking across. And I was 28 years old. It's just not in my nature. It's unbelievable. He's a good guy, though. Like, he cared about the world. He had no prejudice, my father. None. He cared about everybody. And he would always read us things about how bad the world was. He'd ruin your day. You'd be opening presents on Christmas. On Christmas, he'd be reading some book, like Bloodlands or whatever, and he'd just look at me and he'd go, "You know, in the Ukraine, in the 30s, period of about 5 years, even less, about 8.5 million people died of starvation. Had to eat each other." Enjoy your presents. It's unbelievable that way, man. And one day he was reading, we tell the story a lot. He's reading the newspaper, and it's brunch, Sunday brunch, 19 people outside, beautiful, dogs barking, sun, everything. And he's reading the newspaper, and he starts giggling. He's like, and he goes, look at this, a grown man in Colorado was attacked and killed by a mountain lion. Yes. My father goes, pussy. So I couldn't let it go. I was like, I'm so sorry to interrupt your Sunday reading. Are you under the impression that a mountain lion couldn't kill you? And my father goes, that's a stupid question. I was like, why is that a stupid question? And he goes, because first of all, a mountain lion isn't a real lion. And second of all, a mountain lion would never dare to attack me. And I was like, really? And how do you know that? And he goes, I don't know that. It knows that. Dead serious. Dead serious, man.
It's real different, though, with your parents. Because I try to give my father, I try to teach him how to pay his bills online, keep calling me to go get stamps and stuff. I said, Dad, you don't have to do that no more. I try to show him. I could try to teach him how to pay his cell phone bill online. I left out the room. I came back in the room. He hitting the button. I said, damn, Dad, you didn't pay till January. I said, why you, when it said thank you for your payment, why you keep hitting the button? And he gonna call me 3 months later. Somebody been in my account. I said, that's AT&T. Ride me down there to get my money back. I said, that ain't how this work. Just don't pay till next year. He ain't got nothing but a flip phone anyway. I said, the bill ain't but $12, Dad. You ain't got that. That ain't but $78 for the whole year. Then he got this flip phone and he think he in the game. Let me get this picture. You don't have no camera. That Motorola don't have no camera. Y'all need to move closer. It's black. Move closer. It's gonna be black, Dad. He can't even get a whole phone number in that phone. He type in 7 numbers and write down the other 3. He won't get with it. We went to rent a car. I don't tell the people, said, you need a map? He was like, yeah. He's standing there. Okay, we can go down this road right here. Then we can turn left. And then we make another right. That take us straight down. I said, no, I'm gonna fly. Because the way they building up malls and stuff, them not even the same streets no more. The whole geographic area done changed. Funeral be over by the time we get down there. But social media is good. I just think it has its place. And I think we have to really watch our children on social media. Because we do. We gotta watch our children on social media because, their world is different. We went outside to play and those kind of things. They different. They got their computers, and that's okay. Their iPads, but what happens is we gotta make sure they know the difference between what's real and what's not real. That's what we gotta make sure they know. And if we don't help them bridge that gap, they're not gonna be able to bridge it. But it's hard because we're addicted to social media. So how are we gonna help them? We were sitting around taking pictures all day long, taking selfies at work. And we do it because nobody on social media is honest, if you know that. You wouldn't post another picture if people told the truth. If you posted that picture and somebody replied, damn, move your loaf of bread head back from the camera. I nearly fell out the chair scrolling through my timeline. I never realized you were that unattractive. You wouldn't post another picture. But we don't do that. We press like.
When I told my dad I wanted to be a stand-up comedian, he wasn't very enthused. At the suggestion, I was like, Dad, I've decided I'm gonna leave the family business to be a stand-up comedian. He's like, oh, you want to become a clown? It's like, no, Dad, stand-up comedian. Oh, you're going to stand up and be a clown. Great. Great. No, I'm like, no, Dad. He's like, no, he called my mom. Yeah, come say hi to your son, the clown, come. She was like, he's your son too. He's like, I don't have a son. He's died. You don't understand the dedication. For like 8 years, he bought a horn every time I would come to the house. Everybody! The clown is here. Open the door for his big show. Everybody! Until last year, I made it on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. He's like, this is my son, the comedian. I always told him, follow your dreams. And he can't even pronounce it correctly. He's like, and now he's on the cover of Throwing Stones. I'm like, Dad, that's the ISIS magazine. That's a different publication, Father. I want people to come to where I grew up and experience the glory of the Lebanese father. They'll have the same phone for like 15 years. They're proud. You get a new phone, look at you, and you have this phone for 15 years. 15 years, look how good it is. Hello? Charge it, it's dead, the battery. Never forgot, I got my dad an iPhone a few years ago. Got him an iPhone for his birthday, I was so excited. I give him the phone, he looks at it, he's like, you got me a mirror? I go, no, Dad, it's a phone. Really? No, but what do I shout at it? What do I do? Like, no, Dad, it's a touch phone. You touch the phone. He's like, he throws the phone. I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, 33 years, I touched no one but your mother. Now you want me? Like, Dad, it's a touch. I show him how to use it. He was so amazed. He's like, these Americans. It's made in China, but sure, okay, what? I teach him how to use the phone. We go through the ritual, which I think is universal, where you have to help your parents choose the ringtone. It takes about 2.5 to 3 hours on average. Cycle through go back. No, this one was good. Oof, this is nice. Oof, Hiam, do you remember this song? Can we put it on CD? I like this, put in the car. Until we finally decide on the default ringtone that comes with the iPhone. But it's okay. I won't have to do this for another 30, 40 years. It's fine. He's my dad. What's important is he's happy. I leave the house, I get in my car, I'm driving away. I'm like, you know what, I want to call my dad. First phone call. So I pick up the phone, I call him, it rings, no answer. As an Arab, if you call a loved one and they don't answer, they're dead. This is what it means. It's not our fault, it's our moms. They overreact. Let me call my son. He was such a good boy. Start wearing black. You come back home, hello, mama. No, I will kill you. But I was like, Nemr, push down the Arab side, bring up the American. Relax, you got this. I waited like 10 minutes, called him again. He didn't answer. Now he's dead. There's no way. That's it. There's no possible reaction. There's no other. So I start driving back to my dad's house, calling constantly, ringing. In my mind, I'm like, what do I do? My mom wasn't in the country. I was like, do I tell mom dad's dead? I get to my dad's house. I get in front of the door and I'm like, Nemr, every guy has to go through this. Be a man, you'll mourn later. I put in the key, took a deep breath. I opened the door and I saw my dad standing in the hallway, just sweating from head to toe, holding the phone. I'm like, Dad, why aren't you answering? He's like, what is this piece of death? Like, what's wrong? He's like, it tells me slide to answer. I'm doing this and this and this. What am I, Michael Jackson? Just lost it.
Black parents don't put no leash on their child. You know why? Because black parents don't have to put a leash on their child. Black parents put a mental leash on their child. The mental leash stretches way further than a piece of rope. And the mental leash never leaves. You know what the mental leash is? This is the mental leash. Your mother says something to you, she tell you that shit one time. and she stares at you for about 5 seconds, so you know she mean that shit. You going outside to play with your friends, your mother like, don't go past that fire hydrant. And she go in the house, don't even think about your ass. And you know, don't go past that fire hydrant. You get close to the fire hydrant, you get nervous. You're like, aha, y'all can't catch me. Oh shit. Mental leash. And it never leaves you. Every black person in here knows what I'm talking about. The mental leash never leaves you. You ready? Yeah. Black people, be in the house. Look at that. Look at that. Y'all 40, 50 years old still before the streetlights come on. Every black person in here traumatized like a motherfucker before the streetlights come on. Because the mental leash never leaves you. Your mother teach it to you, you teach it to your kids, they teach it to their kids. The mental leash, have your black ass in this house before the streetlights come on. That should be one of the black 10 commandments. If they had a black 10 commandments, that would be like number 3. Thou shalt haveth thy black ass insideth thou house before thou streetlights cometh on. From the book of Nicolations. So I remember them days. Trying to go outside to play, my mother's like, have your ass in the house before them streetlights come on. You're like, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Now, we all not from the same place, but we from the same place. So y'all know streetlights is fucked up. Streetlights don't go off on. Streetlights on a dimmer. So you never know when to leave. You're like, me and my brothers outside playing, we gotta play and watch the light. We look up first time, lights right here, we got time. Play, look up again, lights right here, we got time. Play, look up again, lights right here. I'm like, nigga. My brother like, few more minutes. Okay, we play, we look up, lights on. Oh, shit. Get to the house. My mother coming down the stairs with that belt. I told these motherfucking kids. We run down the street crying already. I'm sorry, Mommy. My mother in the doorway. Got a slide past her like it's home plate. Ooh. I'm making it first. Look back to my brother. Safe. My brother behind me. Ooh. My slow brother halfway down the block. We like, Ricky.
The worst part of my last year and a half came just before I was fully vaccinated. My dad had a health scare. And when I say it like that, you should know that he's okay now. That's what a scare is. Sometimes when I tell people this story, they ask me, they're like, is he okay? I'm like, yeah, that's why I said scare. No one says scare if it immediately gets worse. No one's ever been like, my grandfather had a real health scare. Well, then what happened? Well, then he died. But before he died, it was very scary. Very spooky last few days for Grandpa. Shaking, moaning. Pop, are you turning into a zombie? My dad had a health scare. He's okay now, but it was really unnerving while it was happening. My mom called me on a Monday night. She said, Josh, I have to take your father to the hospital because he's completely disoriented. He's lost touch with reality, doesn't remember our address, doesn't realize there's been a pandemic. And I was like, oh no. Because I thought the same thing any one of us would think if they heard that happen to a man of my dad's age and other demographics. I was like, oh no, Fox News got him. He's come down with Hannity's disease, and I don't know the cure. But that wasn't what it was, thank goodness. It was just a health thing. He went to the hospital, and they did like a memory test. They were like, do you know your birthday? He said, no. They said, do you know what month it is right now? He said, no. They said, do you know who the president of the United States is? And my dad was like, yeah, the president of the United States is Joe Biden. And they were like, okay, definitely hasn't been watching Fox News. They think it's a totally different guy on there. In the clear for that. They did some more tests, some scans. They ruled out pretty quickly that it was a stroke, which thank goodness, they ruled out Alzheimer's. What they decided that this health ailment was amnesia. Yeah, which I've never heard of a person in my life having. And good on my dad for living such a rich, full life that he's just done doing regular people stuff and has started living out sitcom plots. Just real whimsical medical ailments. My only context for amnesia is like in a movie when someone gets bonked on the head with a coconut and forgets that they're trapped on an island. So I was talking to my mom, I was like, hey, have the doctors tried hitting him on the head with a second coconut? Because that always works for Daffy Duck. It's a kind of amnesia called global transient amnesia, which sounds like it just means being so wealthy you forget where you own property. Is the summer home on Turks or Caicos? Global transient amnesia, I'm always forgetting. It's kinda terrible. Sorry, that's too much. Too much fun. Don't applaud that. Don't encourage that. It's just gonna get worse from there if you do. What global transient amnesia means is that it kind of comes on quickly and then it leaves quickly. And that's what the doctors said. They said by the next day or the day after, he'd probably be fine. And that just sounds kind of fun, doesn't it? That's like a bender without the nausea and apologizing. That's like hospital sober is what that is. So I was running down this whole story for a friend, and I told her the last thing that I learned from the doctors, which is that they don't know what causes this. But sometimes it's concurrent with a serious migraine, so they think it might be related. And my friend was like, that's interesting, Josh, because I was just reading a long magazine article about global transient amnesia, and what I read is that it can also be brought on concurrently with a powerful orgasm. And I said, I don't have to know all of science. I had a totally fine explanation right at my fingertips, and then you hit me with a way more psychologically fraught explanation. Because I was just starting to make peace with the fact that after decades of life, decades of love and family, my dad was starting to lose it. But now I also have to acknowledge that at the same age, my mom has still got it. And yeah. We've established we got moms. And I think that's nice, but maybe pull it back a few notches, Mom, if you want Dad to remember the directions home from dinner. My mom doesn't love when I tell that story, despite the incredibly flattering light it paints her in. My dad has no recollection I've ever said this to anyone, so it's fine. We're fine.